Hello there, I'm Tania Gabrielle, Wealth Astro-Numerologist. Welcome to your March 2015 forecast. I am so thrilled to share what's going to happen this month, and I've been wanting to share this with you for so long. It's an amazing month. For one, it's an 11 universal month in numerology, and 11 always keeps us on our toes because we're exploring the crystallization of every moment, one moment at a time, walking through that 11 gateway. And it's very exciting. It's all about letting go because 11 is an electrical number, so it focuses light into energy. And you know, anytime you're in an 11 cycle, your imagination yearns to explore new frontiers. So you're being prompted to step through those two ones that form the 11 portal and explore new dimensions. So all month long, you're moving, you're creating, you're crossing boundaries so you can discover territories that are completely unknown to you right now. And you can recognize resources within you that are going to be amazing. They'll amaze you because you'll be able to shift into that divine inspirational state. Now, 11 is a two-digit master number, the two ones, and it reduces to a single digit, the number 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. And so the number 2 governs equilibrium, relationship, balance between two perspectives, two people, right? So finding that balance can mean a fork in the road, a choice, a decision, a breakthrough, but it always eventually allows you to be at peace with another perspective or another person. And while the single digit number 2 symbolizes two beings that exchange energy, the powerful 11 takes us to another level where the two individuals or two sides are represented by the two ones. They face each other, but then they merge and they create that portal of light. So you're being lit up from within. You are accessing your inner light to feel serenity. And every time you risk everything to step through that 11 portal, your inner light is reflecting your inner beauty. All right, so now let's look at some of the major astro-numerology events in this extraordinary month of March. Now, it begins with a beautiful abundance activation because the moon enters Leo right at the start of the month, and it joins up with Jupiter on March 2nd and 3rd. And this happens right as Jupiter and Uranus form their second of 3 abundance trines on March 3rd. So the light of the moon is passionately engaging Jupiter and Uranus, you know, abundance and breakthroughs and bringing visionary changes. So this is a really fantastic beginning energy for the month. And it leads right into one of the most incredible full moons that I've seen in a long time. Because on March 5th, the sun and moon oppose each other at 14 degrees in Pisces and Virgo. And this opposition forms the Virgo full moon. But what's so amazing about it is that every single planet is touched in some way by this full moon. Basically what that means is all parts of you are being accessed right now. And the 14 degree adds up to 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. And this full moon occurs on March 5th in most of the world. In fact, it activates 2 other planets at 14 degrees, Jupiter and Uranus in that trine. So what do the numbers 14 and 5 symbolize? 5 is about freedom, about liberation. The liberation comes when you are true to yourself. It leads to opportunities and adventure. And 14 adds up to the communication of your true message. So it's a beautiful number of freedom, of sharing your message, your true message. Now the sun is in Pisces, and for this full moon, the sun is conjunct, joined together with Neptune. Now Neptune rules Pisces, and so this creates a really transcendent experience where you can feel connected to eternal peace, where you're conscious of merging with the fluidity, with the serenity, with transcendence. And so why am I saying those words? Well, water rules Pisces and Neptune. Water is fluid and transcendent, and water is very healing. So if you go near waterfalls or oceans or lakes or be in a shower or soaking tub, you can really access this peaceful state. Even listening to a waterfall, right? It's like being in a womb. So this connection to the divine is actually represented in a rare sacred geometric design during this full moon on March 5th, because the Sun and Neptune, they form what's called a finger of God with Pluto and Jupiter. And this finger of God is pointing to Jupiter, which means it's pointing to joy. It's pointing to opportunity. It's pointing to expansion. And that's how the whole month started. So this finger of God has a handle. It's actually a planet that's opposite Jupiter, and this handle is Mercury. Mercury's opposite Jupiter, and Mercury's the messenger. So here's what I want you to look out for during this full moon. In early March, you're going to receive a lot of inspirational messages, big and small aha moments, insights that reach deeply into you about things that you just can't deny any longer, that are imperative to your well-being, right? So over the next weeks, you're going to make sense of the things that are stirring in you during this time. And you're going to make sense of how to manifest them. So you're going to shift. You're going to be able to transform very quickly because you're so inspired, like you can see it. You're just compelled to move in a certain direction now. And so you want to pay attention to your hunches, right? Physical signs, chills, tummy area, throat area. So tune in at a deeper level than you have, okay? Because you're going to see a lot of amazing, amazing things. And after that inspirational beginning of March and that beautiful full moon, which triggers all the other planets, you're going to be ready and poised to experience the rest of the month, because there's a huge climactic moment now. It's all leading up to Pluto Uranus square, right? Oh my gosh, this is so big. March 16th, they're meeting up, this breakthrough number 16. It's the 7th of 7 meetings, and 16 adds up to 7. And it's just such a big lightning strike moment where it's like the lava of the volcano the last 3 years is coming out for the last time. So anything in your storyline that hasn't been addressed is being released now and processed. And this was going to take a few months, right, to fully integrate what's happening. But on some level, you'll know that this shift has occurred. So you want to welcome the changes. You want to welcome them to stay balanced. You don't want to be pulled into the hurricane. You want to stay in the center of the hurricane. And fortunately, Saturn formed a beautiful grand trine with Jupiter and Uranus. So Saturn's going to stabilize. Saturn's going to really allow us to feel grounded, right? So we can actually really, really physically manifest what is happening and not lose track. Okay, so this is really good news. Now, what makes this final Pluto and Uranus square even more remarkable is that it coincides with a total solar eclipse in Pisces that happens just days later on March 20th. Now, total eclipse right on the equinox, right as we move from the final sign of the zodiac Pisces into the new cycle of life that starts with Aries. This is the first day of spring or autumn if you live in the southern hemisphere. To have a solar eclipse on that equinox, you know, day and night are equal. It's just such a remarkable moment because we're changing seasons. We just finished the final of 7 Pluto-Uranus meetings, and it's happening in the 29th degree of Pisces, which is literally the final sign of the zodiac, final 29 degrees, the last degree of the final sign of the zodiac. So it's like the 359th degree of the circle, right? This solar eclipse is taking place at that moment. And so it's so remarkable. I'm going to be making a special video about it. I just want to elaborate a little bit more on the incredible energy at that momentous time. So look out for that later. But just to know, there's another eclipse early April as well. So we're really going to move through stuff. And you're on a fast track this month. You're really on a fast track, a journey of discovering your core values, your truth. How are you vibrationally aligned? Are you in harmony with your relationships, with your career? Can you define and embrace what's most valuable to you? You're going to discover that. What brings you joy? You're really merging the above and the below, so there are no more barriers. You're really seeing that any barriers you have to abundance can now be melted away, okay? So you're being set free. So you want to focus on what is heavenly to you. You want to bring heaven to earth. That's really what 2015 is all about. It's an 8 universal year, right? So we're bringing heaven to earth. Anything is possible when the infinity symbol is activated. So you have endless opportunities right now. And 8 is the number of eternity, of energy, of bringing heaven to earth, of merging heart and mind, of bringing the unseen and seen together, the spiritual and physical. And so we're all bringing it into balance this month. You know, so you want to really, really be confident that you're always taken care of. You're always taken care of. No matter what happens, welcome it, okay? So now, let's say you're feeling out of balance, which easily could happen. We all feel stressed, confused sometimes. One thing that I recommend is that you move, because 11 really governs electrical energy, and it, you know, in order to get your mind from an untangled state, from a tangled state into an untangled state, you want to move and get your heart pumping, right? That's like an active meditation. Another way is to be creative, because when you're creative, you instantly connect the heart and mind with the divine, and that joy sets you free of sorrow. I mean, joy is your access to light, and creativity naturally silences that chatter, right, from the outside. So movement and creativity, those are the 2 branches of the number 11. So walk through that gateway, that source of all inspiration, and be in spirit. Here's to you having a wonderful breakthrough month of March. I really, really hope you harness this inner light this month. And I'd love to hear how this amazing lineup of celestial energy is actually affecting you. So please share in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you really soon.